What's up, you beauties and beautettes? This is episode 112 of the one and only Sunday Chirps pod, but special episode because it is the first episode of the new Sunday Chirps. Jared and I have been thinking a lot these past couple weeks, and we decided to drop the facade. We are not hockey analysts. Um, you know, we make a lot more bad takes than good takes. Those get good buzz, though. So I think we're going to stick with our niche of some bad takes, get some banter, make this pod back to what it originally was. After a men's league game, you're in the locker room, skates untied. You feel like you just got shot in the head because, let's face it, we're not teenagers anymore. We can't go play hockey all day and feel like $1,000,000 anymore. You're sitting there, you crack a beer open with the boys after the game. That's what this pod's going to be about. We're going to talk about our lives. We're going to talk about the world around us. We're going to have some hockey commentary. We're going to have some golf commentary. Once football season rolls back around, we'll swing into the pigskin talk as well. But stay here. Don't stay. Doesn't really affect us. We're not making money on this yet. But please stay because this new wave of Sunday Chirps is going to be exquisite.
Hell yeah. Nah, we're locker room guys. Look, we're not in the fucking first line of the show. We're in the locker room.
I wasn't a first liner on an ACHA D3 team. Like, come on, let's be serious.
100%. Nah, it's been a hot sec. It's probably been a full month and a half. I mean,
I think the last episode we did was when I was in the car for most of it with Tuck and Kenny.
Dude, how about the fact that we saw each other for the first time in 10 years? Almost?
Yeah, just about 10 years. Holy shit, yeah.
I mean,
that was unreal. Basically, I was on a family trip down in Florida, Marco Island, and then we met up. Where were we? Sarasota. Yeah, you were coaching. He was coaching his little kids down in Sarasota, and me and the girlfriend took a trip up to him and played some golf, went to dinner. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was good. Nah, it was a great time, honestly.
Yeah.
Definitely need to hit the links again soon. Need the weather to warm up.
Yeah, it's nothing but pouring rain today here in Chicago. For the viewers, I moved. I live in Chicago now. That's why I decided to wear the Betsy hat today. Yeah, great city, super fun. It's not my first time technically living here, but my first time living here on my own. I am an adult now.
Oh yeah. Well, that being said, if you haven't already, we would love you to give us a follow on Instagram, give us a follow on Spotify, leave a 5-star review, give us a little chirps. Like, we could take it.
Yeah.
And we love.
Also, go hit up our personal Instagrams. We repost all our content on there. We can tag all that below. We're both tagged in every video. But yeah, buy merch too. Jared, where should people go do that?
Yeah, I mean, you are more than welcome to head over to PenaltyBoxPro.com. You want to talk hockey? That's fine. The Overtime Chicks girls got you.
And they do a good job. Jess and Emma, they know their stuff. They're getting good, a lot of good traction. They're buzzing.
But yeah, whatever you need, whether it's the beer league fucking merch, big hockey guy, maybe you're just a fucking snapping around the fellas. Whatever you need, they got. And if it don't have it, you send us a DM what you'd like, and we will make something happen.
Yeah. Also, if you have a hot take or, a question, send them in. And, each week we'll go through our DMs and, say some hot takes. We'll tag you in the video. Maybe you can even come on if it's a really good take, you can come on for, 5 minutes and, explain your take, talk about it with the boys. Something like that. We're trying to do new things here, make it better, make it more fan interactive. So, shoot us our DMs, our personal accounts to the main account, preferably the main account, just so it's all in one place. And we, Jess always says, grow the game, grow the pod.
Oh yeah. Dude, I mean, otherwise, just some random shit I've seen around before we get into kind of what you've been up to. Dude, I was coming home from work today and some lady, I was walking outside the office. Somebody was pushing a fucking bunny in a stroller. I like, what?
Yeah, that's definitely something you can do. There's nothing illegal about that. It might look a little weird. I've seen interesting things like that. One of my buddies in college, he had a really old dog. Um, I I think her name was Muffin. I'm pretty sure it was Muffin, and he would push her around in a stroller. It was awesome. Um, Really cute dog too. But hey, to each their own. I saw a lady on Instagram today, and her baby cries at the door and bangs on it till she opens it and they can walk to the park together. But the baby, it crawls. This baby's just crawling.
To the park?
Yeah, like it's like across the street from them basically,
Oh,
but like in their neighborhood, and the baby's crawling and she's like walking next to it.
that's
I
not
open up the comments and top comment is, "I didn't know you could just walk them like that."
what a fucking circus.
Yeah,
Instagram's a crazy place. But yo, what you been
it
up to
is.
otherwise? I mean, you moved to Chicago. Anything crazy happened so far or anything new over
Um,
the last few weeks?
Nothing too crazy. Well, so my girlfriend Trooper flew straight in after a 2-week vacation in Europe, traveling around 24/7. Flew straight here to spend a week with me while I moved in. She got to see the fam. We had a lot of fun with them. Had some fun date nights with my parents as well.
Oh yeah.
Um, we took her to her first Blackhawks game, which was awesome.
Oh
It
yeah.
was really cool to see her experience that. And we we got on the jumbotron. I don't know if I've like ever been on a jumbotron at a hockey game. I've been on a
Never?
jumbotron at the Olympics, but at a hockey game, I don't know if I've ever been on the jumbotron. And she brings the luck. So shout out Ashley, you're the best. I love you. Um, and yeah, we had a good time. I wish my parents took a video of it so like we could send that in or put that on like a post or something. But yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Um, what else? Yeah, nothing
On
too
the flight.
crazy though. Just setting up the apartment. That's all it's really been. A lot of
Oh
work.
yeah.
Yeah.
On the flight back from Tampa when I saw you, we get on the flight. It's like me. It was like I think it was 2 and 2. Like we're in the exit aisle, and for whatever reason, there's 2 and 2. And so it's me and my buddy, and then my other buddy was across the aisle,
Yeah.
and then there was like an empty seat. He's like, "Dude, like, what if some baddie gets here?" I was like, "Dude, you just mush yourself. You're getting the fucking
Yeah.
worst case scenario."
You're getting some smelly, gross guy sitting next to you now.
Dude, he got the biggest girl that was, like, legit, like, I don't mean to say this in, like, any mean way at all, definitely had some sort of, like, special needs, like, had, like, the iPad out, stuffed animal, was probably, like, 28 and, like, 350 weight. I'm like, "Dude," like and she's, like, kinda, like, snorting around. I'm like, "That's worst case scenario right there." I
Yeah.
really feel bad.
Yeah, dude. I mean, sometimes you just gotta, you get bad flight experiences like that. Like one time I was flying back to school, um, and I like I was already in a bad mood for some reason. And like there's no one next to me on the flight, and there's no one in the row next to me, like across the plane either. And I'm like, all right, like this could be best case scenario, like ever. And then this lady gets on sitting next to me and there's still no one in the other seat. So I say to her, I'm like, hey, like if no one sits in those seats, like, I'm happy to move over there. So or if you want to sit on that side, just so like we both have our own row. She's like, oh yeah, like appreciate that. Thank you. Last person to board the plane sits in that row over there. And the lady sitting next to me, when I tell you it smelled like she just hung out with Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg in their prime, it smelled like that. I like I wasn't even trying to hide it on my phone. I'm texting my mom like, I'm sitting next to this lady that reeks of weed right now. This plane ride is gonna fucking suck. I was so pissed. And like, when like you're walking around New York and like, you get like a whiff of weed because everyone
Yeah,
is fucking smoking all the time in the city. It's like, all right, whatever. Like, doesn't smell great, but it's like it's there and it's gone.
yeah.
Hour and a half right next to me. I'm
Oof.
like, what the I'm like, I wish it was still COVID time so I had a mask on. But
Yeah.
like yeah, that was brutal. And then another time on the way back from school, I was, um, sitting, and this lady, it clearly must have been like one of her first like times flying or something,
Mhm.
because I think this was sophomore year as well. Um, because we're taking off and like I like, I feel her arm like against mine. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I'll just, take my arm off the arm rest. Like I don't need to keep it on there.
Yeah.
And then like on takeoff, she grabs my arm, and I'm like looking at her. I'm like, she's like, I don't want to do her accent because I don't want to seem like I'm making fun of her. But she's like, I'm scared, and, I'm like, uh, and then like she kept doing it throughout the flight. Like she grabbed my arm and stuff, and I'm just like, dude, she's like 50, 60 years old. Like, n- not
Hey, maybe
not
she's a
good look,
fucking cougar.
dude. No, but like she was scary looking. She looked like a witch from like a movie, and
That's
I'm
the
like,
worst.
oh my fucking god, like what is going on right now? And then I'm walking to my car in the parking garage, and I see her from afar, and she like looks at me. She's like gives the creepiest smile, and she's just like waves at me. I'm just like, I'm fucking going. I was like, I cannot wait to get back to school, dude. I was so like peeved out. Like I threw my clothes right in the washer, took like the hottest shower for so long. I was like, what the fuck was that?
She either wanted to take you home or take you out.
Dude, like I think she wanted to like kidnap me and like
That's what I'm
lock me in her
saying.
basement, dude. Like I felt like it was the beginning of like Silence of the Lambs. Like I checked like my backpack and like my pockets for like a tracker or something. I was freaking out. It was weird.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fucking A, that's
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 19, maybe no, I was 20 at this point, but I'm like still a
yeah,
young person. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
dude, for sure.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's funny though.
I didn't engage in party over the weekend. I actually had back-to-back open bars, which is just way too much.
How's the
Um,
liver?
I didn't drink too much at the first one because I drove, so I just had a couple cocktails.
Okay, yeah.
Some good
All
cocktails. I
right,
like
Tiger. All right,
that's
Tiger.
me. I saw something that was like, not to get, like, political, it was like, "I'd rather ride shotgun with Tiger Woods than go to a No Kings rally." Which in general, like, I'd rather ride shotgun with Tiger than whatever else. And I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh my god."
that's funny.
Dude, like, how does he not just go and get a fucking driver? Like, he's a billionaire.
Cause, cause he's fucking addicted.
He just said he's gonna check out from golf for the
I
foreseeable
yeah,
future.
I just read that. Well, no, I think he's going to rehab because he said
Yeah,
he's here. Let me pull it up. I'll read exactly
I
what it
mean,
was.
it would be the worst thing for him to go to rehab.
You think?
You think? Yeah, I mean, fucking
All right, from the goat himself. I know and understand the seriousness of the situation I find myself in today. I am stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focused on my health. This is a necessary this is necessary in order for me to prioritize my well-being and work toward lasting recovery. I'm committed to taking time needed to return in a healthier, stronger, and more focused place, both personally and professionally. I appreciate your understanding and support and ask for privacy for my family, loved ones, and myself at this time. Tiger.
is
I mean,
2 weeks
that's
enough? Is 2 weeks
that
enough rehab to get him back out for the fucking Masters in 2 weeks?
dude, the guy already has 5. I don't think he does a 2-week rehab stint to just get back out there.
He's always been a quick rehabber for injuries to get back from the Masters.
Yeah, because he gets fucking hopped up on the little pills again, and then
Yeah,
he feels brand new. Like I mean, I think this is good. Like he's done everything a golfer could ever ask for times 25. I
yes.
mean, he has literally done everything you could ever want as a golfer. I don't think there's any reason to like rush back. I mean, he has a family, he has so many other things going for him. He has his foundations, his course design, his company. Like, there's no point of jumping back in right away.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, those
Yeah, he needs
things
to get
can run
healthy.
themselves.
Yeah,
So
he also wasn't really healthy before, like, physically
he
prior to
hasn't been the
whatever.
same since that crash that he almost died in.
Yeah, so nuts. Dude, I went actually after Florida, like, last month, I went on a golf trip to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Playing some good golf, by the way. The game felt good.
Nice. Yeah.
But that wasn't what I was gonna say. Oh, my buddy, we're at the bar after having a couple cocktails, not at the golf course, like, we went to the bars after.
Yeah.
We're talking to some girls. My buddy gets this girl's number. We're kinda, like, right off the bat, like, I think he put his number into her phone, and then she texted him, like, right next to us, and it's like, "Oh, like, I want you to come over and suck my toes." I was like, "What?" Dude, that's, like, the least of it. This girl later on the night, they're like, we're getting more and more drunk. She's still hanging with us, like, her and her friend. Her friend has, like, a bolt sticking out of her elbow. Like, she broke her elbow and has a legit, like, fucking piece of iron sticking out. It was like fucking, like, Frankenstein. I'm like, "Holy shit."
Jared, you guys gotta start going on new bars. I mean, you
Just
there's
on
some great
vacation.
there's some great stories, but, like, I mean, they're always great stories, but, like, how? Like, how do you and your friends, like, attract like, these types of women all the time?
Dude, I don't know. And on top of that, later on the night, she started baby birding shots from my buddy. My buddy's, like, ripping a shot and spitting in her mouth. I was like, "This is disgusting."
Like, in public. This is just
In the
out at the
fucking
bar.
public bar. I was like, "Ugh, that's." I was out on the phone. I come back in and she's like, Jared, look at this." And just, like, he baby birds, like, a shot in her mouth. I'm like,
I mean,
"You didn't have to work."
sounds like they match each other's freak, you know, all power to them. But
Dude, I mean, I think he would just, like, I don't think he would have taken the baby bird shot, but him spitting in her mouth, but just regardless, it was
yeah.
disgusting. I mean, what are we doing? I don't know what to tell you with that. I got a couple other stories too, but I mean, that's insane. Not from that.
Yeah, that's funny. Dude, something that, I really like about the bar scene in Chicago, not, like, in, like, downtown where I am, but, like, more, like, up in, like, Wrigleyville and Lincoln Park area, um, a lot of people bring dogs to the bars. Like,
Yeah.
there was like, my girlfriend and I were leaving the bar, and she saw this, I actually don't know if it was. No, it was. It was a golden retriever. It was a baby golden retriever. It was, like, 3 months old. He was so cute, literally butter. Like, he was just, like, flopped over on his owner's, like,
Oh,
shoulder, and she was playing with him. Like, my girlfriend was playing with him when we went outside, and, like, it was just one of the cutest dogs ever. Um, I really love when people, like, bring their dogs to the bars. Like, obviously not in, like, an EDM bar or something like that, but, like,
yeah, yeah,
you know, just like your local neighborhood dive bar.
100%. And then outdoors, like, when it warms up, like, the half outdoor bars, people bring dogs to.
Oh, I love yeah, that's, like, my favorite type of bar setup because like, you have the outdoor area, so, like, you know, you can be out there, relax, like, get some good air, fresh air, but, you know, if it, you know, starts to rain, pile inside.
Yeah. Yo, I was just looking at the stats, yesterday, or maybe it was, like, earlier today. Every fucking, team in the East, except for, I think, the Rangers, and maybe one other, would be in a playoff spot in the West Coast, in the Western Conference.
Jesus, dude.
What a joke the West is.
You wanna make predictions who's, winning the cup this year? Way
Yeah,
too early predictions?
like, just one pick and just fucking
Yeah.
bite it off.
Just yeah, just rip it. Well, I know for sure it's not gonna be Dallas.
Why?
I just hate Dallas.
Well, then they're winning the cup now, that's my pick. Dallas now. I wasn't gonna pick Dallas, but you just mushed them. Honestly, though, like, if that's the 3 teams in the West that can win it unless Edmonton goes on a Cinderella run. But, like, Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota, I think it's gonna beat the shit out of each other, and then, like, Carolina's just gonna prance into the fucking chip.
You think Carolina?
Dude, I feel like they've been due for forever. They just, like, I feel like the East is not as gritty as the West, and the Central, that Central division, Dallas and Colorado are gonna kill each other, and then Carolina as long as they don't fuck up too bad or let like Tampa get too hot. Although if Buffalo has the true
Dude,
Cinderella
I was
story,
about to say I sneaky like Buffalo, dude.
dude, I'm all in. I'll ride the Buff. No, actually, you don't want me on the bandwagon for
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Just as a New Yorker, like I sneaky like Buffalo. I'd rather have an in-state team win, except for the Islanders.
I'd ride the Buffalo bandwagon in a heartbeat. I don't know if they'll do it, but I would love.
All right, yeah, I'm riding Buffalo. I want Buffalo to win the cup this year. I would go and let I don't know. I do want to see McDavid win a cup, but
I saw. I mean, I don't know what the source was, but I saw some insider in the NHL talk about he spoke to an NHL exec that they're gonna see McDavid on the Rangers in the next 2 years. I just saw a tweet, so
rumor
that's rumor
mill,
boys.
rumor mill.
Rumor boys going, but
Yeah. Yeah, all right. I'm riding Buffalo. That's my pick right now. I'm sticking with them.
I mean, I
If
think that's the title
I
of the episode.
if Buffalo wins it, um
We're going to Buffalo. We're going to Buffalo if they win.
yeah, if Buffalo wins it, yeah, we'll go to Buffalo.
There you go.
It'll be
That's the
nice.
name of this episode.
It'll be summertime.
100%. Yeah, I'm fucking in. It'll be fucking electric. I mean, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
That being said,
Here to hear it first. The Sunday Trips boys are going to Buffalo if the Sabres win the cup.
so down. That'll be a fucking elite trip.
You know
Little
what?
golf.
To lock this in, let's put a little a futures bet down.
I think that might be a donation.
Dude, I don't care. Every bet's a dono in my mind. It's
All
a
right.
dono until you make that 22 legger.
Yeah. So dono. So
Yeah.
fucking beautiful dono. What was I gonna say? Dude, my Uber driver to the airport in Florida played like a 1 or 2 year stint with the Red Wings.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I
Some might
guess
say it's nails.
I might say it's down. He said he'd hop on the pod, so I gotta text him and he'd come
Sweet.
on and talk about playing against Wayno and shit. So, because he
Yeah.
played in the 80s.
Oh, dude, I got some good stories from an old barber of mine. Save it for another time, but
Write that down.
yeah, no, I got some good stories from him. I'll just say this: he was a golf caddy, and he's met some of the greatest athletes of
Wow.
of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, I'm sure the stories are fucking off the chain. Dude, that same flight that I got
I
the
also
Uber
don't know if he was a little, making shit up, but hey, it's
embellishment.
a good story. Don't let the fact get in the way of a good story.
Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? I just texted you the title of the episode just so I remember it. But
Yeah, Buffalo Sabres win. Yeah, let's make that the title.
the Uber, like I took the Uber with the Red Wings player, and then on my flight, like a few rows behind me was Rudy Giuliani, mayor of New York City in like 2001. I'm like,
Sitting
whoa.
coach.
Yeah, I think he lost all his money. He was being
Rip.
sued.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Not ideal.
No,
I'll say the one last thing I got on my end, unless you have anything on your end.
no,
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like these quicker ones, like a nice 25, 30-minute pod. I don't know what you
Yeah.
guys feel, but we'll also bring back the top 5 and hot takes for next episode. This was kind of
Yeah.
just a roll it all.
Reintroduce the brand sort of deal. Yeah.
Exactly. But dude, I was not waiting in line. There's some kids in front of me in line to get into a bar, and I like just basically walked past because I'm like, yeah, I'm 21, like I'm not fucking worried about this shit. And like I've been there a million times. On the corner of my street. So like they know me. I walk right past and they go, yo, Josh Allen, can you get us into the bar? And I was like dying laughing. I was like, yeah, I mean, that I love the fucking tire pump, but that ain't happening.
That's hilarious, dude. That's comedy.
They're like, tell them that we're 21, bro. I was like, yeah,
How old do you think they were?
probably 20. I don't know, 19.
Yeah.
They weren't like obviously like babies, but
Yeah, they weren't like 17-year-olds, but they definitely. Yeah.
It could have gone either way if they were a little bit more like confident and probably had better ideas. Better
Yeah.
ideas. But no, but that being said, I mean, unless you got anything else, that's a good fucking crisp episode.
No, buy merch, have fun, enjoy time with your friends, family, love life. Happy Easter to those who celebrate. Happy Passover those who celebrate. And
We'll see you next week.
yeah, we'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we're back on regularly scheduled once a week. You'll get us, and we'll speak to you soon.
Sounds good.
Cheers, boys and
Peace.
girls.